I was a poll challenger at the TCF Center on Monday, November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. On November 4th, early in the morning, I was standing at the adjudication table, and a ballot came across the screen. The ballot had a straight party ticket vote for both the Democrat and the Republican. It was a filled-in circle, which is an intentional mark. It's not a dash, it's not a dot. When the ballot came across the screen, there was no other marks. None of the judges and none of the other ballot proposals had been voted on. The poll worker then said, I think I'm going to give it to the Democrats. That's absolutely absurd. That is illegal. The vote should have been tossed out. At that moment, I said, absolutely not. I'm going to challenge this. So I go get her supervisor. And then her supervisor defers to her and says, well, what do you think? And I'm like, well, what do you think? It doesn't matter what you think. It's the law. Our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts are totally irrelevant. You follow the law. And that ballot is to be tossed out. But she wanted to give it to the Democrats. So then I go get the gentleman who was overseeing the entire absentee ballot counting process while Daniel Baxter was gone. So this gentleman's name I do not know. I go get him. He's overseeing the entire process while Daniel Baxter is gone. I ask him. He says to the girl, what do you think? It was disgusting. I was enraged. And I simply asked a question. I said, well, why not give it to the Republicans instead of the Democrats? The gentleman began screaming at me, began yelling at me, began telling me that I had no right to talk to her, and he told her to push the ballot through. And prior to that, that same poll worker, a ballot came across the adjudication screen where this voter had voted for Joe Biden and the Green Party presidential candidate, and she gave the vote to Joe Biden. I also saw the ballots show up in the middle of the night. Also, I inquired about the tabulation numbers from the tabulation machine between shift changes. I was denied that information. We saw a lot of irregular things. This is not an anomaly. Just because all of us have different accounts of what we saw, that doesn't make them invalid. And to expect Secretary Benson to actually do something about it is foolhardy. To accept Dana Nessel to do anything about it would be foolhardy. So we're appealing to you guys to do something about it. Because if our elections aren't fair, then we have no republic left. It's a banana republic. We have nothing. And we don't trust the election process. Why do you think a lot of people don't vote?
Had hundreds of millions of dollars poured into their election offices by Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg poured in $400 million into this election, matching the federal government expenditure. And through his charities, they paid the election judges, they paid the people who boarded up the windows, they bought the machines, and America was kicked out of the counting room and a billionaire invited in, and the charity that Zuckerberg gave $350 million to. And here's what those communications said. They dictated to the city of Philadelphia the number of polling places they would have. They dictated to the city of Philadelphia who would staff those polling places. They said that they would pay the salaries of these persons and that they would pay buy the machines. And if Philadelphia didn't achieve those goals, they pull all their money back. Now, As we dive down into their impact, I just want to give you one more example. They reached out to the blue state or Democrat strongholds, and they made it very easy to vote by purchasing these election offices. They are the ones who put out the drop bomb.
My name is Richard Hopkins. I am the postal employee who came out and whistle blew on the Erie, PA Postal Service, postal office. I am right at this very moment looking at an article written by Washington Post. It says that I fabricated the allegations of ballot tampering. I'm here to say that I did not recant my statements. That did not happen. That is not what happened. And you will find out tomorrow. And I would like that the Washington Post recant their wonderful little article that they decided to throw out there out of random.
I'm here with Elliot right now at his wedding, and we were taking the trash out, and congratulations, Elliot. And I don't never post about political stuff, but if you know me, you know I'm a huge Trump supporter, and I wanted to show you guys what we found in the trash can at St. Anne's, which is a polling place.
At my wedding.
So
now in the state of Oklahoma, it doesn't matter because we're all red. Baby. We're all red.
Yeah.
However,
so we wanted to show you what we found.
So
we can't make this up at all.
We have Donald Trump,
Donald Trump,
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, 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 and there's more ballots
a lot
in
more
this
ballots
trash
inside
can.
that trash. But we will say we did find one Biden poll or one Biden ticket in there, which it of course got mixed up. But this is even happening in Oklahoma, guys. I just wanted to show you this. I hardly ever, like I said, post at all about political stuff, but this is absolute bullshit.
Trump campaign, quote, election officials are intentionally refusing to allow representatives and poll what?
I'm going to send it to Bill.
This lady is marking the ballots. I filmed her a half hour ago doing 6, and she's still working at it. Let's stamp it, received, and let's fill in our 6 blanks. All at the top of the tickets on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a security guard right there who's watching her. The cops are in on it. Disgusting.
My name is Brian McCaffrey. I'm a registered Democrat in the city of Philadelphia. Today, I'm at the Philadelphia Convention Center, and I am overseeing the ballot counters. I will let you know the corruption that is going on here. They will not allow us within 30 to 100 feet to supervise the ballots being counted. This is a coup against the President of the United States of America, and I want to call out the Mayor of Philadelphia, James Kenney, the Attorney General, Josh Shapiro, who tweeted that there's no way Donald Trump can win President of the United States of America, and also the District Attorney of Philadelphia, Larry Krasner. I can't believe what I'm seeing right before my eyes. This has nothing to do with Joe Biden or Donald Trump. This has to do with our democracy, and I will tell you, there is corruption at the highest level in the city of Philadelphia.
Poll workers can do the same thing. Here you go. Check it out.
Yeah. All Trump. Yeah.
Notice this guy's Yankee accent.
All Trump. You gotta do what you gotta do. Fuck Trump. I've got around 80. You work at the mail or polling place, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, fuck Trump.
New Albany.
More than 100 Jefferson County absentee ballots were found in the trash.
WDRB's Lexi Ratterman explains what will happen with these undelivered ballots. Lexi.
Chris, Candace, the federal agents who pulled all of those ballots out of the dumpster in Jeffersontown say they've already been taken back to the post office for immediate delivery. They were found bins full of ballots in a dumpster that was at a house under construction on Galen Drive in Jeffersontown. That's near Tully Elementary School. The contractor at the house found those crates full of undelivered ballots. The USPS Office of the Inspector General later confirmed there were 112 in the garbage intended for delivery in the 40299 zip code area. 175,000 absentee ballots were requested in Jefferson County as part of no excuse mail-in voting because of the pandemic. This mishap comes as the election center workers have worked around the clock to get the final 8,000 ballots sent out this week.
We don't need that for Louisville. We don't need that for the Louisville post office folks, and we don't need that for the voters either. It's very discouraging.
Federal investigators have already interviewed a neighbor as they try to figure out who dumped the mail. So far, no word on that. They do say that this case will be handed over to the U.S. Attorney General's office, though, once their investigation is complete. And in the next half hour, I'll explain.
Wow, what a mess. I'd be mad if they left my trailer looking like that. All shredded paper. This looks like a bunch of recyclables, right? Right? No, it's a Pennsylvania application for mail-in ballot. And they do have people's addresses on the back of them that were never mailed out. I mean, how many are in here? Thousands? There's another trailer out here. All the way back there, same product right there. We're out here in Seymour, Indiana at R.R. Donnelly. Some massive paper printing plant.